All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota, and you are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network. Well, today we get another very interesting topic. But before I start that, let me just put down this volume for check me audio system whether it's correct. Let me see. Yep, yep, it's correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on a good evening, Salon, on a good afternoon here in the United States, and good evening in Europe. So, what we can discuss today, get for do with a lot of things out there. We, to me, it looks like there is a plot going on again, once again, for cause a little bit of chaos in our political system in Sierra Leone. And that's Naya I want to discuss about today. And why I they discuss about this today? Because I always they try for inform and educate Sierra Leoneans they for see things where they actually affect them, especially when it comes to democracy, right? All right. So let me pull this I wanna see what I did try to talk about. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute, okay? Let me just pull this. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for. I'm looking for this. All right. Statistics Sierra Leone. For the past couple weeks now, when I done the hearing, the debate where they go on now Sierra Leone about the census. And I want to talk about this today. And in discussing this, I also need una contributions too. And ego able for help we for make we able for understand what thing they go on. Constitutionally speaking, every 10 years, the country supposed for conduct a nationwide census for make them able to understand within the growth, population growth, and why the governments need for put more resources for help the citizens. That's now one of the main reasons for um let me put this this now one of the main reason for census, right? What's are the main reason for census? Number one, the government go able get a clear understanding of how many people they're waiting at the country. Number two, whose part of the country we need more resources, so then go able for balance the the resource distribution equitably. This now the reason why census is much more important, but not to the only reasons. There's also another reason why census is also important. That is for make sure they get a very equitable representation of each constituency. So the data we Statistics Sierra Leone they produce from this census now in they determine how then they do constituency delimitations, how for divide, whether for add more constituency or for readjust one constituency over the other. All this management they come out from the census data. And whose institution who responsible for do this? Statistics Sierra Leone. Also, up. Did I just hold on? Let me just put myself here again. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me I don't know what I do. Uh, I don't know what I do, but it looks like I just touched something. Put myself again. Okay, cancel. Sorry. Sorry, I touch me screen now, touch screen. One of the laptops where they use now touch screen. So I just touch something, it goes off the screen. All right. Statistics here alone are responsible for census management. When I remember, I think in 2021 there was a midterm census. That midterm census, I don't know what happened with the data, but the government not being able to use that data. That make they end up for do what we call a PR system. This is now one of um, the arguments where the government been put for say, since they're not able for tabulate all the census data in 2021, they're not ready for constituency delimitation. So they're not going able for use a constituency election. Instead, then they do a PR system, a PR block. You know, so 2023, then do a PR system, not so we give the SLPP the edge for make the win parliament. Now, why I want to talk about this more, and I want to ask everybody, now we believe say this is very very important, is that you see politics, especially African politics, if you don't understand them very carefully, there are so many gymnastics in African politics. But then gymnastics, then they only people then we understand the way the system they work, whether I talk about legally or technically, now ain't able for on detect some of them gymnastic them game when they play. Okay, $6 million now the government promise for put into the census management plus donor funds. All right. When I remember in 2021, what one of the arguments, well, let me step back and try for explain, because a lot of people there way they not been there in 2021 at this program where will be discussed about the midterm census for make them able get a grasp of what they talk about. Like I've been saying in 2021, the midterm census was legally mandated. Legally, the president get the right for call for a midterm census. That's not to him with the discuss. And that was one of the biggest problems where some of me comrade APC them they argue for say, oh, the census, the midterm census, legal, illegal. And I tell them say no, based on the constitution, it's legal. I think what we supposed for argue the waste of money we get for you use for do the midterm census, and while we know say by 2025 we still get the main constitutionally mandated census. If we focus we argument into that, probably people then go reason out. But when you they come and say, oh, this the midterm census is illegal, then you are actually diluting the argument of the APC. Yeah, but a lot of APC folks are not going to listen to me. So then go ahead and boycott the census. The census go ahead. The government wasted a lot of money on the last census them. But what they happen, they're not able to use the data we then gather. What happen with that data? We don't know. But now we have this mandated census now. The government not gets enough money. Out of the 6 million we then pledge for put into the census, the money we then put is about 800 and something $1,000 so far, which is less than 15%. Okay. So waiting they want for do now, the statistics here alone don't talk with the government for postpone the census, because the census supposed to start between September upwards. And we all know, say, when they do a census is very important in any country, very, very important. Like I don't explain you now what's the reasons why people then why countries and they do census. So, but the process of conducting a census is termed from 2 years to 3 years. Okay, between 2 to 3 years. At least you can expedite time. You get 2 years. Okay, but if you want to do a thorough census, at least 3 years. Okay, so statistics say you want for postpone the census. Why? Well, then get a couple excuses. The first excuse is, oh, the money. The second excuse, oh, the international community. International experts tell we say we need for postpone the census. This is what they are saying. Okay, we need for postpone the census. Now, I don't know if the government and statistics Sierra Leone they really also look at the political dynamic of the country before they make the decision. Yeah, I don't know if statistics Sierra Leone they may call the opposition, sit down, discuss the constraints before they come up with this decision for say they want for push them out. I don't know because in a real democratic participation, the opposition is equally participatory in the government as the government itself. Okay, so if statistics here only want for postpone this election, well, I say the election, this census, it impacts the elections. This is why you see me when I put this flyer earlier today. Let me put the flyer again. You see, census postponement means election postponement, or at least a PR system. And that's something where I want to explain to you for now understand why I am saying this. But before I do that, let me first tell you now about the SLPP. The SLPP then gets smart people we know the tactics. You know, in the 70s, 80s, we used for a reason, well, in the 80s, because the 70s was, to me, a history. But in the 80s, when we been grow up within a primary school, like 1986 or so, what will be the use for year up to 90s, even when the war start. What will be the use for year? Then say APC gets 99 tactics for win election. Not also we all been hearing. Well, I think say APC don't move beyond that. Would that then don't come into this ecosystem, political ecosystem, this 99 tactics, are the SLPP folks. The SLPP now they don't actually embrace the 99 tactics. And they're very, very smart. When I remember in this program, after the 2018 election, when by-election may take place, Nasalon, especially in the northwest of the country, every by-election, council election, the SLPP, then they fight very, very hard. Then they compete in the north and south. And I see that I study the SLPP them. Why they spend money too much on an election we use yourself no say you're not going able for win. So this question, hypothesis, now in actually trigger me curiosity. So I start for monitor for study within the rationale behind this. One thing we are able to discover, the SLPP, they're not been the plan for win those elections in the north and west of the country. They're not saying they're not going to able to win them. But they were doing an experiment. The experiment was they want to see how much they go able for competes in the north and south of west of the country, where now the APC stronghold. Now, based on that, now in then they determine the 2023 election, which type of election will they do. When I noticed this. I come out and talk to my leaders, then say, hey, this is what is going on. The SLPP are doing an experiment for see how much they will able to compete now the stronghold of the APC party. And the APC party need for pay attention. Do not allow the SLPP for compete. Now they not. I'm not talking about trying for push them out. I'm talking about competition. Okay. If you allow the SLPP for get up to 25, 30% from your stronghold, and you look at the political dynamic since 1996 to present, I think that the SLPP then get the data where people like we so get where would they analyze and tell you able for project exactly what's going to happen. Then get them, then get smart people there. APC then get smart people there, but the problem with the APC leadership, they're more focused on people the way they cost them. If you want for let the leadership of the APC listen to you, you get for cost them, unfortunately. Now, them people then they then take in as serious people. Now, the people the way then they listen to, they know they listen to academicians, intelligent people, then smart people, the way able look at things and able to analyze in a way where go able benefit the APC party. Now, the problem will get the SLPP now. Then they look, then they listen to the academicians and the people that we intellectually capable for look at things, analyze it in a more effective way. So I talked to the APC, say this is what is going on. This competition where the SLPP they compete now the north and west of the country is an experiment. After they don't get the actual data, how much they're able for compete, the SLPP they able to determine what did they do. But Una na witness because I not only talk to them, I also talk to Una every weekend at this program. I tell them, say, I wish me party leadership then will pay attention to this because this is what is going to happen. And God behold, that exactly not happen. After the by-election, the SLPP then don't get enough data for say, yes, indeed, if they want for succeed, for take control of parliament, they need for change the election type. Instead of a constituency election, they will bring a PR system. And they're not saying the APC not able for infiltrate now the south and east of the country the way the SLPP infiltrates now the north and west of the country. So the reason why I they go back for make I able to highlight this, for make una understand who are they come from. Okay. And when the SLPP don't get this data enough, they analyze them. You know what they then do? They're pushing for a PR system because it's much more easier. Now by percentage. So then put I think 11% before you're able for gain seats na any constituency, 11%. They not say the APC not able for bring 11% now any of the southeast of the country. I think I don't know if we even have any representative na the southeast. I don't know whether we win election there. Okay, because they know that they don't get the data. Hey, modern politics is all about data and analysis. It's not about emotions. It's not about mamikos because you know the benefit. It's all about the intelligence, the ability for make you able to look at the data, and based on the data, you're able for maneuver and become successful. So the APC, they want first then begin make noise, then begin make some noise, but maybe no say those are just fake because even the PR system, some APC members of parliaments then secretly support the PR system because if they say a PR system, now the party now in get for look and write the list of people there. So the first people when are the priority, now the people they already wait on in a parliament except you fall out with the leadership. So secretly, then they support the PR system. Publicly, then they pretend like say they're not going to support the PR system. I come and tell and say, hey, this is over. I told you guys so many times that this is what is going to happen. Now pay attention. The PR system came, the SLPP succeeded. Then it's really bad. Well, look at the composition of parliamentary. Then it's really bad. It's all about smartness, intelligence. You cannot use emotions for succeed on anything. You use your sense. You use your logical reasoning before you're able to win an election in a modern democratic process. So this is what is going on. So since I don't explain what's at the common form, now let me come back to what is going on right now, the SLPP. Number one, let me put back the flyer. Okay? I'm defending my thesis. Okay? I'm defending my thesis. This is a thesis, right? If statistics here alone succeed in postponing the census to 2026, mid 2026, this means by the time when they finish, even then they expedite the process, but by the time when they finish, for make sure the data is ready for do constituency delimitation, it will be too late for the 2028 elections. When I pay attention very carefully, if they succeed in postponing this census by mid 2026, by the time when they done the entire process, it will be too late for use the data for the 2028 election. And I can guarantee you, in that circumstance, the SLPP will request a postponement of the election to 2029. This now a broadcast way special, just like some of the special broadcasts they what they do before an event take place. This again for be evidentiary. When the time reach, when the SLPP, then they attempt for push for a postponement of the election to 2029. Now, if the APC refuse for accepts the postponement of the election for use the new data, the SLPP will say, okay, well, they will not get guaranteed data for the constituency level. So therefore, we will revert back to a PR system. See, down here, when I say census postponement means election postponement or a PR system. Now they explain to us so. In any case, the SLPP will achieve its goal. Whether for do a PR system, which is the last resort we then get for push for, or a postponement of the election, which is the first thing when they do. So in any of these circumstances, the SLPP still achieve its goal. But not so that one they more concerning to me. Okay, I know say that scenario now in the SLPP then they drive towards. This is going to happen if the census the postponement to mid 2026. This is what is going to happen. But not so that one they concerning. Let's go back to the institution we're responsible for election, the ECSL. Just few days ago, Mohammed Kone, the chief boss of the ECSL, made some statement where a lot of people did not detect. Maybe a few of we detect because I talked about this immediately when I listened to that statement and I comment on that. In an interview, Mohammed Kone say, well, right now, then they can prepare for puts all the recommendations will concern election, the next election, into into full gear. Then they can prepare for the 2025 to 2029 election season. 2025 to 2029 election season. You know, say 2025 to 2028 election season. We all know, say, 2028 na general election, wherein all the positions that require elections are going to be conducted. You know, for the presidential, the parliamentary, the mayoral, the councillors. Okay? All the elections in 2028, now that make them call a general election. All the positions in there, they get for conduct election in those positions. So why say 2029? Why? Mohamed Kone say, then they can prepare from 2025 to 2029 instead of 2025 to 2028. Well, I also hear some murmuring within the SLPP. In 2000 and was it in 2018 election? EBK postponed the election for a few months, not so. They postponed the election for a few months. The other people are saying, okay, if EBK able to do that, why not them? This murmuring is bubbling underneath. And when I take a look at all the puzzle together, the ECSL boss tacitly come up with a 2025 to 2029 election season. Then statistics here, all of a sudden, then say they not get money. The Sierra Leone government, been promised that money, that 6 million where they're supposed to put, then they put her. Why all of a sudden? Well, even before that, Statistics Sierra Leone, they been interview them recently. Now, AYV, where they ask them about this same issue, this census, he say everything is according to plan. And the government say yes, then they put that money there. Now, all of a sudden, how much money will the government put? 800 and something thousand out of 6 million where they're supposed to put. Is this another 99 tactics? You know, you hold the phone, then you prompt a postponement, then everything, all the puzzles fall in line. Well, I am speculating. Yes, I know say Mr. Gabu, are you shaking head? I see you. It is shaking head. And they bring you come. Just hold on. Just hold on. So why am I not comfortable with some of this development? Well, because we not say the SLPP now smart people them. Now people the way they don't take the art of deception in a way where it's very, very sophisticated, very, very complex. And me, how are they look at things? Are they look at things from the previous events we happen, the history. But that make history is very, very important. Because history able to teach you about the present. Now that make very much relates to history. So if the SL people don't see the tactics, how then they play from the previous one, and I begin to see symptoms of that, then I get for blow the alarm, say, hey, APC, una pay attention, no. This 9 they go on. Maybe that's 6 million where the government supposed to put. They hold on deliberately try for trigger this postponement or pushing of the census to a time where it will be very difficult for make the able complete by 2028, where they meet up the election. Well, not to me no more there. We'll get an official SLPP representative. Let me bring him. Mr. Gabo.
Yes, Dr. Mangota.
Well, first of all, welcome back, because a lot of some of the viewers there, then they ask if na run away, you run away because of the hardship where they go to the country, or not just a vacation you take. So, but I'm happy that you are back. So, I know. You. I don't know if you're hearing, but Starlex say, okay, Mr. Gabo is off. Yeah, I see. Say he frozen. Mr. Gabo, come back. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you've been there off. I don't know
Yes,
which.
sorry, Dr. Mangota. Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Well,
Adam, can you give me a charger quick? Can you borrow me a charger quick?
Yeah, try
Quick.
set. Wait, don't set to that. Let me know.
Yeah, I'm a bit settled actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. First, I not run away. Sometimes you feel tired, and even just now I was sleeping. I just woke up and I say, "Oh, you're not too tired." And
Uh,
sometimes you get family issues. Remember, I mean, I had a family, so I get a lot of things there.
Mr. Gabo,
Yeah.
I understand you not retired person. So
Right.
when America you retire, that means your strength is going down.
Right. Right. Well, actually, I don't retire. I get few more months. Hopefully, I will carry on for the time being. But just like I say,
Put your
I
phone
get
fine.
family. Yeah, now they try show because you know the child better. Yeah. All
All
right. Go.
right. Wait, I see the try for settle up. I will pull you off. Okay, you done ready? Okay.
Just like I say, yeah, we get families and sometimes with time they go now. But again, I'm glad for hearing from you and I'm sorry for the listeners that we've been listening to. We actually miss me and the way we make this program go ahead or go always, really and happy day and we get some facts. And so I'm sorry, I apologize for that. But again, what you make I like Dr. Mankota, they always talk the truth. Always, you know. They left no stone unturned. Before you blame SLPP, they talk for us what APC we don't do. So it's like a confession. So if this is the case, what is the problem, Dr. Mangota? If we don't say we have been postponed the elections, what is the problem if SLPP get for postponed? So it's good that they bring this to them say that we don't do it. Yeah, it give few months to the election. We don't do it. So if SLPP do them, I don't think it's a problem. But again, having said that, we know the initial time when they been set for the census was supposed to be this year, 2025, correct?
Yeah.
That's not the initial time. But again, we all know, say, Maradio at one point in time, the past census will be the try for conduct. APC be there against Maradio because they say, listen to the international community. We get for sponsor the census. That's what's happening. And even when they withdraw, Mother the being for put, I make you to understand, correct me if I'm wrong, 50 million or whatever it is towards that census. APC sabotage the census because one, they no say that figure when if they go into census, they no say that 2015 census that was conducted by an Escromana fraud and the figures are going to be shown out. Then no say the problem then go exhibit the problem because even during the election and up to date, APC then they wonder say they say now we boku pass. Why we not they win the election? Now we boku. They always they use that system. Some of them when they read the APC they tell us now we boku. Now based on the census where an Eskuruma conducted in 2015, where if fraudulently assert certain figures against the other groups.
What about the census?
Right. And
Census way
I'm coming.
do in 2004?
I'm not privy to that census, but I know in the 2015, yeah, maybe I was not following, but in 2015, I know for sure say, that census was not correct. It was a big fraud census
Did
because
did,
that
did,
census,
yes,
that
did the
census, hold on,
yeah,
that census.
I just want for let we get
Mhm.
a dialogue. Like when they bring something, did the SLPP actually support that census 100% from the initial
Which
stage
one?
up to the counting process? Did the SLPP support that in 2015?
The one for 2015.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I will not say they support that. They don't support that, but they know it. But they don't come with an idea for obstruct the government. That's to
Yeah.
their own place. Then when you they in power, then they allow you for put all the lies the way they lie. Let the people them feel them. Because that sense, yeah, when them feel and then go make a then go know what you do. They're not even gonna treat like APC for go soro for that. You understand, right? So that na one issue where APC they say where APC take power, the country now is peaceful. Where SLPP take power, the country not peaceful. The peaceful where APC they where it take power, where the country they get, it come out from the SLPP. The unpeacefulness of the country up to date, where SLPP they in power, it they come out from APC. So this not the reverse. You
Okay.
understand? We give you peace because
Yeah.
we are civilized.
Okay.
Okay. Now, now you make that census of 2015, now you lead to the partition of some of them constituencies there, maybe don't day before, and they left the country dry. I could tell you as a scenario like the constituency where me come out, the under an escoromine time, where you can partition them constituencies then they first them constituencies then they Bambali Central. Now so even they first Chaka Stevens turn on to Bambali Central 1, Bambali Central 2. That's not the APC then tactics. And the school one way can well, I don't know how many times he split them. So that constituency where he left me now, where Mohamed Bangura day during the Aneskoroma and the election, Mohamed Bangura get for win, we been get 7,500 people in the constituency. Mohamed
Okay.
Bangura take him about 4,500 for win that election. In that constitution, in the south, there are two, three, four constitutions. I mean, constituencies. Then they where one constituency, the winner, the same election, where Mohammed win at 4,500. The winner in the south in one of the constituencies, you get 25,000 for one constituency before he win the election.
Okay.
So you see how and Escobar skewed the census at the time, right? Because that 4,000, that 7,500 is like probably three, four constituencies in the south.
Can I ask
So
you a question?
because of this, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First, I will just before I ask you the question, I want to clarify a few things. The
Right.
2015 the 2015 census was supported by the SLPP. 100% then support the census stay, then don't do the counting, then don't do the tabulation. Usai SLPP can withdraw, then support. Now, when the time when they get for do constituency delimitation and the two districts where they're able for add into the north, where they so them wouldn't have been the argument. The argument was, well, this census now don't turn to a political gimmick. So that make them withdraw. But during the counting, the process, then supports that one day. So I just want to clarify that. Now the
Yeah,
question is let we forget the 2020 and 2015 census because until when I say a fraudulent, okay, let we push that aside. Now, because of that notion for say the 2015 census was fraudulent, now the reason this way we now insist say we now go do a midterm census in 2021, and when I do the midterm census, waiting happen with the data. Why the data is being shoved off, they not the use them in our election, what happen? That's not the question I want for now. Because we spend a lot of money for
Dr.
that.
Mankota, right. Dr. Mankota, the question is clear. Back to the 2015 elections, SLPP take it, take restraints over it, then control themselves. This is not the president. Let's allow him to do what he's doing. The people are watching. When the elections come, we get a place to go. Because that's also now a winning for the SLPP because they get covering the scenario then they. So what it happened when Madabio came into power in his first 5 years, we find out that as the constitution permits, he has the right, quote me if I'm wrong, he has the right to call in a census at any point in time he deemed necessary.
Not to
Any
add to
point
that.
in time he deemed necessary.
Well,
Yes,
not to add.
Dr. Mankota.
Listen to
Yes.
me.
All right.
Before you
Okay.
come, I already don't give you now. Like when you talk to me, I always they talk through. I already don't explain the constitutionality of Madabio in midterm census. Not to every time. It gets a specific
All right.
time. That is that make them call a midterm. They call census today, and then 3 years later you call census. No, now midterm that between the time when you make the census and 5 years are above. Okay, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, Dr. Mankota, when I say the president has the right to conduct a census or calling for a census at any point in time, don't mean say you just go down like Adam picking them. Tomorrow I call election, next tomorrow I call census, the other day. No, that's not what I mean. Okay, within the 10-year frame,
Okay.
he can choose any point in time. Okay, within the 10-year frame.
Okay, yeah.
Now, when he called for the census, APC thought it wise that and get the international partners because when this, you get to know this. Dr. Mankota, I know that the winning of the elections of SAPC in Sierra Leone at any point in time is based on international connection. You know that, right? Not only people that when I want let them go to that international connection. Now when I want let them say, oh, this now win. Not only people that when I want. So we know on our base that the international connection now on our base. Even this ventriloquist and Escorma ventriloquist all over the 7 years. They talk say and Escorma get connection. We win the election. We get the connection. And I say the people that they vote for you. You know that. We are the people that they vote for. We want a connection. And the worst of it now, then there's I think about it. But wait, Africa in general, more so in West Africa, are trying to pick off the international community. Like the white people, the French, the colonialists. I say, but we in Sierra Leone, APC still stuck on them one day. So Sierra Leone is divided. You get the one where we get the white principles, and you get the one that we get the national principles. Then one day then get the international principles. Because the elections for una is for make the white man then can rig the election for una. Let them pass a verdict saying and una win. And that's only not only people that una want. You know the reason we are not getting number. That is the primary reason of APC for obstruct by census. For Mek and Escoma, they're not pulling government out. APC not pulling government, and I mean, they're not pulling APC government out. Say that census is fraud. And now the same Bongosoro will not be this so. Once under mother be in time, we not they allow census. Oh my God, my phone.
Yeah, your phone is gonna be dying. I don't know, but anyway. Try fix Sam. Make you come back. Let me pull you off the screen first. Yeah, try fix Sam. Make you come back. When you come back, then I go bring you come. All right. So what in Mr. Gabo they try to talk about? I think say Mr. Gabo. Sometimes I tell when I say the SLPP they're very very smart. Then Sabi twist something. When it comes to the validity of the internal community, not to APC no more get that obsession there. I remember in 2007 and 2012. Okay. 2007 and 2012. No, 2012 and 2018. Okay. 2012 and 2018, would I be obsessed with the internal community? Now the SLPP. Now the SLPP now them be obsessed with the international community. So now they say, oh, now we obsessed with the international community. The fact here is Africans are still suffering from a very, very terrible disease called colonial mentality. That's not the disease who we all they suffer. Because we believe, say, we're not going able to do anything for ourselves without somebody from outside they can tell we what would they do or help we for doing. Even this census debate who would depend so. You know, within statistics Sierra Leone and the SLPP like government now, then they try for argue. Oh, the international community now then tell we say let we postpone the census. You know, saying that the Sierra Leonean people then tell them all. And now Mr. Gabo is sitting down here telling us that, oh, APC, they're obsessed with the international community. You cannot eat your cake and have it. It's just not the way things work. You know, obsession of international community cut across party line. Okay? And this is why people like we always, they argue, say, we have to take responsibility for our future, for our life, for our country. I know say law will not get relationship with the international community, but law will not absolutely depend on the international community. It just feel like somebody always they give fish instead of it teach you how for fishing. The time when the person not get fish or you not go for go fish, you they sleep hungry. So yes, unfortunately, African politicians depend on their colonial masters. And because of this dependency, the colonial masters are exploiting us. And then they do very, very, very well in trying for set we up, you know, set one against the other. So then we're able for come out and further exploit we. I remember the time when in 2022 towards the 2023 elections, the APC party was so upset. You know, one of the things where I don't notice now salon politics, any party where they in opposition, they rely on the international community. This is not a fact. Any party where they on the opposition, they rely on the international community. The APC was so obsessed with the international community. In this program, some of you now will be watch the program and I will testify what is at the top. I come out and say the APC obsession of international community help na inge for kill the APC chances. And that's exactly what happen. Exactly what happen. Because we face the international community, now they do it all, have it all. One thing we politicians now, Sierra Leone, they're not up to now able for understand is that international community not give a damn about you. International community not they sacrifice their own interest for your own interest. If you see them come close to you, watch out. Not for can help you, not for can exploit you for their own interest. So I told the APC, say, we not forget about the international community. We not so rely on the international community. No, we not take una egg una put in one basket because when that basket is smashed, you don't get no reserve, you don't get nothing. And that happened. First of all, Samora Kamara, we happen for be the candidate, we can America. He go do fundraising for the Carter Center. Make you see the corruption where they happen, the exploitation where they happen. He go do fundraising for the Carter Center. So if you were now you know the candidate, you go do fundraising for an independent election monitoring organization, right there, the conflict of interest. The Carter Center, now that make when the Carter Center then come out and say something in that election, even though me na APC, but I not take them seriously because already they don't show you say they're not truthful. They're not independent. And I know for well, if you know independence for help me own country, okay, I go see that I say, okay, now the same interest we get. But you they use my own vulnerability for satisfy your own interest. I cannot take that. I cannot. So I tell the APC, after the election, the APC 110% absolutely rely on the international community, specifically the European Union, the American. In fact, it was the American ambassador we call uh, um, Samura Kamara tell and say that election is going bad for you. It was the American ambassador. And after the announcement of the election, what happened? We know they fed for whoself. We they look up to the international community for fed for him. And what did they do? They make that game where they always play, pretend like say, okay, then get we own interest. And we fall into that. Then call for a dialogue. When the dialogue come in, right there, now the room day, I then go tell say, hey, brah, we not get power. We're not able to change anything now. Right there. Now the APC leadership for don't realize say these guys are just playing us. They are playing our weakness. They are playing on our weakness. But no, we pushing, we continue for push because we still believe same. Oh, this where our masters, they are the magicians who are able for change everything. That's pass. Tripartite, then play some kind of role, even to the extent the United States can put 1.5 million. You know, say Africa man, if you want for full amount, just show our money. And the tripartite, when for this way, then call at the end of the day, what will happen? Then say then don't begin realize say their own interest is at stake. You know what they do? They flip. The international community flip quickly against the APC. So this is not a lesson where we all supposed for learn for same. Until you take care of your own house. Anybody where they invite now you host, especially somebody who get interest over your family, they can exploit your family for nothing for yourself. Do your level best. The Sierra Leonean politician, they need for able to take care of themselves. If you get that perception, say, I will do it on my own, you were able to do them. You were able to do them. Okay? But if you say, oh, somebody is going to do it for me, then you become lazy. You're not able to do anything. This is what is going on. This is the reason why even, and that's something where I get for can talk about. But when I continue for putting a comment in the comment section of the platform when they watch me from, with the broadcast on 4 platforms, we get Facebook, we get YouTube, we get Caster, and we get to a website. Okay, the website is not able to put there anything, so don't even well, you know, get no side because the website is just a link from Facebook, YouTube. All right. So, but Caster, YouTube, and Facebook, and I go read that them comment then. And as soon as seen at the right bottom side here, these are some of the comments then way they come out. So, but anyway, let me continue. Again, before I move to the next segment, Mr. Gabo is having some technical problems. Hopefully, if is all right. Before I move to the next segment, where I just don't begin touch, this is going to be the litmus test for the APC party. If we are listening to we, if I know, if we are not listening or they listen to people the way Namami cost no more than they pay, okay. I'm not gonna ask you what they do. We will just say okay, because when the time reach, and they can't back and tell and I say, I told you guys, I told you so. So this is what is going to happen. I don't know, but it looks like the SLPP government, they hold that money there deliberately for achieve their own political gain. Politics is very complex. So you get for be so smart for making able for pick up some of them small hidden activities there where they happen. Well, I left to them. And see, I don't bring me own opinion. I put out there. I don't deny the record. Let we see if them postpone now to mid 2026. Let we see. Okay. Now, one another segment where I want to talk about. It got to do with Siemba. Siemba, now a very smart guy, smart young guy, and I admire him for the work we they do, not only for the government for Sierra Leone for educate Sierra Leoneans, but there are times when you have to be very careful with what they do. They ask him by AYV about the guy ask him what he think about Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. When they try for defend your government, first you get to be aware of world events, what we call international geopolitics, and how you go able to navigate through the landmines way that set within these geopolitical processes. So, all right, see embassy. First of all, Ibrahim Traore na a military dictatorship. That's number one. Could be right. Could be right. Number two, you say Ibrahim Traore, all the opposition standing na jail. That's totally false. That is totally false. Before Ibrahim Traore came power, there was another guy who actually overthrew the civilian government. This is why it's very important for make you acquaint yourself with international everyday geopolitics. Ibrahim Traore no hold opposition. In fact, the opposition, now the government and now the country, they actually support Ibrahim Traore. So who say CMBA come up with this, all the opposition and in Nigeria? I don't know. Maybe in get another way of seeing things. The other thing, he asked a rhetorical question to the interviewer. Or if you want for make Salon go back to a military rule. That was not the question. That was not the question. But let's dig into that. Then used to say the worst democratic rule is better than the best military rule. Not so this not the narratives, not the perception way they implant in we in the course of promoting democracy in Africa, specifically in Africa. Not so. I think say we don't pass that stage there. Yeah. We don't pass the stage of worse democracy is better than the best military. And Ibrahim Traore just proved all these concepts for being wrong. Are we looking for a democracy we know the work? We continue the colonization of we people, the deprivation and exploitation of resources. This is the democracy are you talking about? Okay. Or you are looking for a military dictatorship as CM Ba the tell we, where they look for the interests of the people, protect the territorial integrity of the people. Well, if this is the comparison way CMBA they try to talk about, I think say they choose that type of military dictatorship because the democracy not able to benefit anybody. In fact, democracy right now, I'm not saying democracy is not good. We all support democracy, but right now, our democracy, the experimentation of we democracy is disastrous. It can a divide way. A divide way. There are people, Sierra Leoneans, waiting at the APC or then at the SLPP, where they feel say talking to those people in the APC now a betrayer of the SLPP party, and the same thing with the APC. So this experimentation, you're not able for yield any good dividend seats. So waiting I want CMBA for understand, the world don't pass a stage where the continuation of this exploitation and brainwashing is no longer working. Okay, if Ibrahim Traore is a military dictator, why almost everywhere in the world is supporting Ibrahim Traore, except those who actually are affected by in government, because now you can't stop them the exploitation where they do for hundreds of years. The young across Africa support Ibrahim Traore. The only people in Africa we want Ibrahim Traore in downfall, now the old folks waiting a power, because what did Ibrahim Traore do? Ibrahim Traore expose the ill-motivated behavior of who leaders them. He exposed them for say they are nothing but puppets of the same colonial masters. That make they don't like them. They don't like Ibrahim Traore. So then they despise them, then they chastise them, then they criticize them, then they try for denigrate them in any way. So when I hear a minister of information is coming out and saying certain things where some of them even not true, it begs me to understand that he is talking on behalf of those old folks. Now, how Siemba try for hide the ineptitude of in government is by saying, oh, Sierra Leoneans and then talk say they no one gone again, then this, then that. If we get a leader like Ibrahim Traore, irrespective of what he say, that's alone. Whether through democracy or through military, somebody will actually they look for the interests of the people. I don't know, but a lot of Sierra Leoneans then go say we are okay with that. Just like the Burkinabes. Right now, they believe say they have a savior. Yes, I understand for saying most of the things when they talk about, or many of the things when they talk about Ibrahim Traore are not true. Those are clickbaits. Okay? We know that. We know that. But that's not the life of social media. So it just happened for make you smart enough for able for shifter through all those clickbait and manipulations and try to get the truth. But when you don't shifter everything, you're able to get the truth. Ibrahim Traore is still impressive. That make people then like him. Very, very impressive. So don't despise the guy for standing up for in people them, irrespective of the uniform we wear. Some of them are worst past a military dictatorship. When I was past that. If in terms of killing, when I don't kill so many people then, we're in a democracy. Okay. How many contracts when I don't sign for continue the exploitation? Panda interview, Siemba even admitted saying, oh, this is not so you supposed for day. If you want to be part of the international community, you honor the contract where your predecessor signed. So if your predecessor signed bad contract where they exploit the Sierra Leonean people, So we have to honor that. This is the kind of democracy you're talking about. Like we then they sign bad contracts. So if me kind of power, because as he say this contract we then sign, they benefit the country, they benefits the Sierra Leonean people. So because when I sign I need for honor. No, I renegotiate. This is why I always the argue say we have to pass a law or include that law in our national constitution for saying no president or no government get the right for signing a contract where precede in term of office 5 years, the most 10 years. In fact, I actually lean on 5 years because we don't know the next election if they fail. So if in 5 years, the next person way they come, able to renegotiate. And this is not nothing for do with signing contract with international partners. I'm not talking about who will not sign contract. I'm just against signing a contract where they exploit the Sierra Leonean people. That's what I'm against. And that not negates the appetite for bringing foreign companies. But anywhere in the world where people then deal with the right sense, they go sign contract for 99 years. Where na bad contract in that matter. If you sign for 99 years, you must put a clause where say every year we they look, we they renegotiate if necessary. That's not the loophole. But until we actually put that law, whether through an act of parliament for saying no president should sign a contract surpassing 5 years, because your term of office is 5 years. When you come, the company they come back and try for renew the contract. If the company they do well, the next government way they can renew them. So see I'm back for say you get for honor all those contracts. It partially correct, but technically wrong. Okay. So now that one the number I want for talk about today, the census and CMBA in statement against Ibrahim Traore. Any leader in Africa we able to inspire young generation for do the right thing, we all need for support that leader there. Irrespective of whose part of the continent that leader they emerge from. We need for support that leader there because we've been exploited for so many years. So if somebody come up, first of all, we need for protect that leader. They not only support the leader, but we need for protect that leader. They. Like where you see people and they do this thing. People are ready for die for Abraham Traore. Not to because a military dictatorship they force people them. You see what thing they happen at Burkina Faso. This is a military leader, for God's sake. Not to a democracy. Now a military leader. You see when there is an incident where they try for assassination, you see the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who pour at the streets in favor of him. Mr. Siemba, I think this is not a terrible mistake you do. Hopefully you were able for sit down and think. Maybe as a good smart person, you will come and tell the Sierra Leonean people and say, well, what I've been talking about, I know me now. Because you're a young man, we na people like una so na the hope of Sierra Leone. But if you they still train on the old politics, make no difference. Make no difference. So they take you for being somebody that is going to change anything. Now people like una so are supposed for tout Ibrahim Traore and say, what you do now, the right thing now and the way you do. Africa need for be free. Look the money now, because now the question where they ask about the money where Ibrahim Traore don't begin for Putin. Ibrahim Traore say Burkina Faso now one of the largest depository of gold. But Burkina Faso no ever get a reserve, gold reserve. Never. Imagine, never get gold reserve. Now, Burkina Faso is proud of having gold reserve. and then they actually realize the benefit of their resources. If they ask you that question, if you dey afraid say if you talk, then they see your government back. There are so many diplomatic way we able to escape through the question without trying to show that this guy is a bad person, now a military dictator. Look what he they do. They kill people. Them. They do this. Oh, come on! Don't do that. Don't do that. You're not young man. You can forget that generational thinking. Okay. All right. Now we they go to the comment. Okay. I don't think so, Mr. Gabo, your phone, you're all right. So they go to the comment. For the sorry Mansari say, hi, Mr. Mansari, how are you? Welcome, Dr. Mankota. For the Mansari say postponement of census na game plan, but this time they will fail in all aspects. Okay, hopefully, if we leaders there, then get bone, then get backbone for stand up to that. For the Mansari say, whatever things Madabio is guilty of, he will keep quiet about it. For the Mansari say, example of his quiet, well, Jones, aka Omar Sharif, Dennis Sandy, Koidu Holdings Limited, Alusain Kane, the anti-coordinator, Kai Kai, McKinney killing, Tumbo killing, August 8 and 9 and 10, Panemba prison killing. They are planning new plot again, but doctor, this it wouldn't work anymore in Sierra Leone. Well, we not just say it wouldn't work. We need for take proactive actions. That's so people them they talk about the things that we have been they warn people them. They work. That man, the people that hate him, look the country in economy, they that say, hey, if we not depend on the country economy, we are going to lose the election. You get for when you want for understand people them, you get for know their psychology, their state of mind at a particular time. Salonians are they're very, very poor. A lot of them are illiterate. And somebody way poor is desperate. So the one way they can get money today, that person there is Sabi. You see? And that person there is Sabi. So I've been the one the APC say, no, not just say, oh no, they're not going able to win them. Even like, I remember that this what they call program. Most of the APC folks will be in the kind of the program. Mankota, your projection is wrong. SLPP, nobody know you vote for SLPP with this terrible economy. I say, okay, we are not strategize. We are wait there. We not believe in our perception. All right, let me. Hold on. Let me then say SLPP no get no SLPP no gets no above 11 the northwest. The reason for SLPP for get rid of the shenanigan na the bad blood way una put inside APC disunity. Well, I don't know, but when it comes to the the APC, I think me na kind of a savior of the APC. Even if you know Siam, a lot of people then see him because all which I talk, all the advice and the warning way I've been against the SLPP, they all come to be true. So I don't think say me not a part of the disunity. You know whether not the part of the disunity. Maybe people like una so way una they follow una emotions instead of una follow una head. No, all which I talk, where I want the APC say if we will not be careful, now get for happen. It happened. It happened. So we just need for change with attitude and move on. Right, I mean, like I say, even then conduct election in 2030. SLPP they get out state house because nothing then do for the people. Yeah, now the same thing we will be talking in 2023. Exactly what they talk so. SLPP will only command a power if we stand up and strategize like a modern political party. If we just the talk so no more say then they come out elect now 20, 100, and they come out. But the SLPP, they come back and win the election. Then we will begin cry foul for say, now rogue down rogue winner, that make them win the election. This is not the way a modern political party is supposed to operate, based on the emotions. How you go able for win election, not to based on emotion, but based on a strategy. And how you go able for get a effective strategy, coordinate with people that we actually know what in, then they do. Not to some people that way they out there, then they Lego make us no more, and that's not a strategy. So we we go able to win the election in 2028 or 2029, whatever the time is, if we strategize. First of all, we're not supposed to be lose the 2023 election in that matter. But because we rely on we emotions, them, we feelings, feel good. What's happen? Now some people then they come, then they manipulate, and they brainwash, and even then they cause, you know, it's sad. What the Suriman Sare say, the census planning committee have disappoints the president's bill. Abdulai Kurma say, Dr. Mankota, I support you 100%. Coming events cast their shadow. Mind you, using census results for boundary delimitation can only be done 2 years before general election. You see, people that way they think that don't begin tell you say there's a problem coming. But we'll get people them that say, how they win them? It doesn't matter. You know, they win election by emotions. Not to these days. Maybe in the 70s, 50s, 80s, maybe you go do them. But now it's not possible again. No. I'm like Omar say, folks also should be aware that the 1991 Constitution is still in vague, which gave the president to postpone general election at 6-month period. Yeah, you're right. Because the SLPP are now arguing that unless Goma postpone the election for several months. So the 2029 plan is in motion. If the APC not stand up and find a strategy for try for prevent that, that is what is going to happen. Is it me? I just about like more man. Suits here. And they tell you, if you believe, fine. If you not believe, okay. At the end of the day, when you see, I will come back and say, hey, Dr. Mankota talk. Now that make, and they tell me party way ahead of time, say, hey, this is what is going to happen. Let's find a way for resolve this problem before it's too late. I left to you. Now, Abdulai Omar say, I think late President Jan Kaba postponed the election twice for 6 months. In 1996, the election was held around May, June. In 2007, the election results were out in September. Abdulai Omar say, both APC and SLPP politics is full of deception and dishonesty. It is like to do me or do you. Laminanke say, Okabo, how you call this 2021 census if you are a honest man? Okabo don't know. Okabo in phone get problem. He not been charged, so I don't know what to happen. He not able to come again. Well, maybe he will come next week. Yeah, well, the question why I asked Mr. Gabo is, all right, now we put aside the 2015 election census. He's saying a bad census now, fraudulent now. Now the reason now when I say when they do the 2021 election, so that when I get an accurate data when they use for the election. Well, when I spend I don't know how many millions of dollars on that census, just not to use the same data. It's sad. We are wasting money because of politics, And Mr. Gabo not be one for touch on that. What happened with the 2021 data? Because the argument was, oh, well, we're not done for tabulate and put the data together, and that make would they go into a PR system. Well, it's been like how many years now? 3 years since that time. At this time, that data is supposed to be for ready. In case, in case the 2025 census not able for meet up with the 2028 election. So we're not supposed to use the 2021 data. Are you guys going to use that? Let's wait and see. Abdullah Kurma say, how can a country develop when the two political parties, the two parties' policy are full of shenanigans, chinkanery, and subterfuge? Sad. Mata is watching from London. Thank you, Mata. All right, let me thank you. Say, now madness for census results came out that Kenema is densely populated and Freetown is called madness. I know it. Miata Masako say this man is back and he is welcome. Yeah. Mr. Gabo, Mr. Gabo, if you dey watch, people actually want to see you back. Not the table. Miata Masako say he lost because the government have failed Sierra Leoneans, but ask all issues surrounding the government. Well, Joe's, Dennis Sandy, rape case, Koidu lit, now census executor. Okay. Now make Mr. Gabo in phone poil so. We are desperate for come back at Mr. Gabo. See, a black Roma say Sierra Leone politicians are still tied to the umbilical cord of the international community. Inferiority complex. Sad. Yeah, that's not the sad part down there. And Mr. Gabo is trying to say, oh, only the APC that they're obsessed with the international community. No. Anytime a political party is on the opposition, they rely on the international community for comfort their own case. Stupidity. All right. Abdullah Omar saying the 2015 census was a gimmick by the former APC government to create two more districts and constituencies to give them undue advantage. SLPP did the same thing in 2021. Do me, I do you. Sad. Abdullah Omar said the head of states before Captain Ibrahim Traore was Major Paul Henry Sanduago Damiba. I know there are some deep fake of Captain Traore, yeah. Well, especially when they try for do Captain Traore, they speak English, fluent English. I don't think say Captain Ibrahim Traore speak that's fluent English. I'm not saying they speak English, but I don't think say that's fluent English. AI. A black woman say, do we have democracy in Sierra Leone? Democracy is a social contract, as John Locke says, wherein people give you their political sovereignty and the leaders provide the basic service for the people in exchange for that sovereign power. Robert Cabo say, Siamba should listen to Professor Alhaji Njai, how he is educating him about Ibrahim Traore, who does not talk and do it immediately. So Siamba is totally wrong. Yeah, I don't know what thing come up with Siamba for go make the next statement then they. Right. All right. Robert Cabo saying Professor Njai is a Pan-Africanist and explain their work on AYVTV. Yeah, I listen. Well, I start for listening this morning before this program, but I not complete. Brian Callox say You don't think APC, your party precisely have started crying foul from census postponement. This is just warning signs. All right, all right, Brian. Rooney B. Siba has a right to his opinion, but the audacity for him to accuse Traore of things beyond himself has displayed time and time again, which we never hear him speak on, is just disingenuous. Yeah, you see, Siemba, I think you forget the adage, if you live in a glass house, stop throwing stones all over. Because it just happened for BC, probably in your house now you get for broke, you know. And he was wrong to say all Ibn Traore don't lock up all the opposition. No. In fact, the man will overthrow the democratic, well, I, I can like for use this word democratically elected loosely, especially when you look at some of the interference with democracy in Africa. I can just like for use them loosely just for use sake. But the man will overthrow, we supposed to hold them people and they lock them up, was not Ibn Traore at all. He was not. In fact, wait till I understand, where Ibn Traore can come out, he released most of them people then they. He released them. So, Semba, he need for go research more for make able for delve into some of this international geopolitics. I know say a very, very threatening for see somebody like down there, they do well now in country and una don't in power for 7 years. Next month they make them 7 years. The SLPP, like government, next month, 27 or 28. They make them 7 years. I hope say then go able for calm the public and tell we what they don't do. Because I don't think say they get for talk about the big five, feed salon, because we not see nothing yet from the internet. Tamabom rice farm, it don't pass 5 years. Now the only farmer where they see when them plant rest, it take over 5 years before if they get for harvest, they harvest them. Before you. All right. Peter Dowda say Burkina Faso means a land of honest people. Unlike Sierra Leone, where dishonesty still prevails. Well, okay. You bring some kind of a very interesting point. Let me just say something sarcastically. Okay. First of all, the name we then give in the first place is dishonest. That's not the first thing. The name we then give Sierra Leone, Sierra de Loa. When you look the history with some magical explorer called Pedro de Sintra, we not ever step foot na Salon. Well, the land was dishonest. Lions Mountain. Because according to the history, and say a day off the coast, I think we rain they come, the thunder they go and call na the mountain. If you see na lions and then they roar na the mountain. So say, Lion Mountain. Dishonesty. And that make we all dishonest. So compare that to the land of the upright people. You know, funny, right? Henry Bobo Bokari say, if the 2021 census data is used for boundary delimitation, it will be disadvantage to the APC party. I believe so. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because first of all, that data is convoluted. It's diluted. How can Mago get more population than Freetown? You don't even talk about When at the second largest city. You talk about Kenema. So yeah, you're right. They spend a lot of money on that census day, all for waste. So now we have to start all over. Now they say they not get money. When I vote for me, yeah. When I vote for me, when I need a savior, Rose say we don't need military governments anymore, especially backed by Wagner Group from Putin. No more Cold War as in the 70s and 80s. Unfortunately, fake news is the order of the day due to AI. Yeah, we don't need the military government, Masalo. We don't need that. But if we get a military where they act like a pure democratic leader, why not? After us, the uniform is just a cloth. It's not about the uniform. It's about the attitude, the inner attitude of the person in the uniform. Madabio was a military person. He pulled the uniform, he left with the civilian clothes, but the attitude is almost the same. So you see, so it's not about the uniform, okay? It's about the person in the uniform. That's the most important thing. No, to be honest with you, if I get a military guy, we respect um, the rights of citizens. They just go around and kill people them because then they oppose them. It protects the resources of the country. He do what he's supposed to do. I think say it's preferable than a so-called democratically elected person. That's not just my opinion. It's just an opinion. Now, based on the patriotism where I get, now that make this talk so. But we all support democracy, right? We just need a democratic leader like Ibrahim Traore. You know what I mean? So we will be good, right? But again, there are so many disadvantages. Let me. Since I don't criticize CMBA, I don't criticize her. So let me come now the other side of his story because fear man, right? I fear Nami analysis. Waiting CMBA in the try for talk is not necessarily about Ibrahim Traore, even though na in a reference. If CMBA they look at the concept of military rule, wherein you are not ruling based on constitution, you rule based on decree. Okay? Decree are military rules where the military is set up for protect themselves and the country. Now, in CMBA they talk about. But it relates to somebody who wears the uniform, and therefore everybody who wears the uniform happen for be a leader is a military dictator, and it's killing that person is killing his own people and imprisoning the entire thing is a misunderstanding of who Ibrahim Traore is, and you relate that to the general perception about military rule. So it just box up the two instead of it look at things individually, the concept and the man. All right. So Peter Dowda say, why do Northerners so attracted to the southeast in terms of internal migration in Sierra Leone? Ah, very simple. Do you know that we get diamond in the north? You know that? Yeah, we get diamond in the north. It just happened for BC. That part of the country was not so much explored. So when diamond comes now the south and the east, people they migrate based on so many things, but most of the thing is about work, job, economic benefits. So people then they go for good dig diamond, and people then they see the during the internet day, well the old time, you go now Kono, The good say you go get small diamond, you go able get money where you able put your small table for do trading. Not as our traders. Most of them that place in trade then go for good end. So migration is based on the economic boom na any part of the country. Okay. So now the reason this. But you they see now say that's also don't begin for reverse. Because now it's very difficult to get diamond like Kono and Chongo and other places. People are now trickling back to the north because of the iron ore where most of the companies where they dig the iron ore, then they in the north. So you see, it's all about the economy, economic benefit, economic interest. All right. It's not for woman. No, not for economy. Uh, Rose say currently AI is used as a propaganda that the Pope has addressed the dictator of Burkina Faso and even the overthrow of Ivorian president. Yeah, talking about the overthrow of Ivorian president, I've been start from um monitor the situation, but later I can find out say most of those things are actually not true. It's just clickbaits. People then they use some of them fake news, yeah, for gain more views and popularity and those type of stuff. I don't say it not happen, but I not get any evidence for sure say yes there was a coup in Ivory Coast. I'm not able to authenticate that. But up to today, this morning, in fact, one guy he used a video we happened 20 years ago, the conflict between Laurent Gbagbo and Alassane Ouattara. So right there, when I see that video, I realize these are just fake news so that people then were able to watch their content. So AI is making a lot of damage on the integrity of so many things. But what Cabo say, Madabio, as a military man, was running after a title, money, and women. That was the NPRC. And now after that, he pull close. Now, what he run after? Where he don't pull close now, it turns civilian. What he run after? He run after a title, doctor. He run after money, rich. He run after women. Ah, okay. That's how they did. I don't know. All right. Solomon Moses say, Doctor, I'm ready to vote for you, but no APC won't choose you because of your honesty. Now then they choose me, brah. When the time reach, you go see how people then they move towards the reality. You see, dishonesty will only last for so long, but eventually it dissipate. Like what they do so, a lot of people then think say, this guy, were ever able for convince people them. Now, so when I start this thing in 2010, let's see on how far I don't do then see and I start this thing at a time when the APC was in power and the APC was so popular in the country. The first time when we came to power in 2007, the APC was very, very easy for defend because when your government they do well, you don't need for talk too much. All what they do just points to the things the way the party they do. So not about if you see a government they talk too much, it's not doing well. When a government for they do well, no, they talk too much. The evidence they show. You just point to the roads, just point to the bridges, just point to the other thing, the economy. So it was very, very great. So some of we been they defend the APC, we they find them very easy. Then comes the end of the first term of Anes by Koroma to the second term of Anes by Koroma. Things started going south. When I say south, I don't mean Bo. you know, then, and this is natural in terms of politics, okay? Always the second term of a government, always na the time when corruption they take place more. I don't say the first time they take place, but more because those people in office them believe say that's not their last chance. Forget what they get forget. So everybody is scrambling for something. So corruption was so much. So people like Chris will come out and say, "Hey, we are making the worst mistake. If an Escomano able for crack down on this corruption where they go on now with government, we lose the election. Eh, people then attack me, then they talk all kind of thing. Dr. Mankota then don't put in name now the red book. Now no, they say the black book. I say, okay, if what they talk, now for just try for despise the APC, well, at the end of the day, the truth get for end up. But me as somebody with integrity, I join politics not so for can continue the same corruption, the same things, then way don't they happen, way we all despise for say things need for change. So I continue for do so. A lot of them believe say Dr. Mankot are not able to forget anything. Then the reality sets in. All what I talk, it happened in 2018. It happened. All what I talk, it happened. But before that, here in the United States, we've been get an election, delegate conference election in the United States. We all go. Some of the one their way been they despise me, but consciously they don't say what are they talking are true. You know what happened? When the time reached, not to me self appoint myself as a PRO of the APC USA, not to me. Now the people them will see and see this guy now a guy with integrity and say now Dr. Mankota we want for make it be the PRO unanimously. So when you time reach, just stick with the truth. Just be sincere to people. The heart now a representation of God. Even somebody criticize him, he heart they tell and say, "What in this guy they talk not true." I like they try for refuse that within himself, but in conscience they tell and say, "This guy, what they talk not true." So stick. It's very very difficult to because if you live now in a society where everybody is corrupt, it's very difficult. You are not corrupt. Now you're not the abnormal person. Now you sick. Not to them we corrupt now then sick. You just feel like it live in a society, everybody now 1 foot he gets. You will get 2 foot actually now you sick. because 1 foot's not normal thing, right? To everybody. So if you go get 2 foot, now you get the problem, now you sick. So now the same thing with sincerity. If everybody is not sincere, then you go there in the middle. Now you always they get the problem. Now you sick. So me in the political scenario, especially in the APC, me not the sick man. I guess some of my friends are willing to say, "Bro, APC not going no they give you power because it's damn too sincere." Well, God don't give me sign already. Remember, in 2016, where APC now they didn't have power, okay? But people they way been they criticize me, they all vote for me unanimously. I don't get no abstention. No abstention. Everybody waiting at the room say, "Now Dr. Mankota, yes, he fits this." It just can't happen for BC. Some people when they bring you come into a position for can use you for make they able to change you. You remember? I'll give you an example. We have been one of the fiercest critic of Anes Baikoroma during Anes Baikoroma in first term. You know that? Sylvia Blyden. Sylvia Blyden was the fiercest critic of Anes Baikoroma. Sylvia Blyden, they create a picture of Anes Baikoroma, he put on, now he head. They say, now the devil this. You know what he then do? They bring the government for shut and down. So sometimes I are aware of that. So when I come as a PRO of the APC USA, in fact, by the way, I mean, the longest serving PRO in the history of, for now, in the history of the APC USA. Okay. Yes, my deputy now in the PRO now, but I have been deputy at the time. So now probably, I don't know. Okay. So I mean at the longest serving, almost 7 years. We supposed for rule number for 3 years. We end up for rule 6.5 years. So when I came into power, at the CC, the chairman and deputy and some of the leaders they want for play on me. When they go do their own corruption, they expect the PRO for come defend them. Now I don't think so they understand what I mean. They make the first corruption. Okay. The money where the previous administration left for we about I think $12,000 or $16,000. That money they within a week when they come into power without any consultation, without anything. Then take that money, then fire them. So some of them they take the money, they go rent hotel na New York. I did. So this thing can come on. I asked her, I say, Brown, now tell me the truth. But this position, we all they also they know they pay we now because of the love of the party what they do. But I know they ever try for destroying me reputation for some of them here. No. I asked them, that's in Unisa Conte, then the chairman. I asked her, I say, okay. The first thing where I begin realizing these guys are not trustworthy. We suppose forget a demonstration. Suppose forget a demonstration, a counter demonstration. Because the SLPP, September, where all the countries and they come at the UNGA, UN General Assembly. So the SLPP always they go demonstrate against Anes by Corona. So the APC, yes, say, okay, now that's how then they go counter demonstrate. Me not bingo. The chairman, when Inisa Conte, Inisa Kanu, sorry, now Atlanta idea. In Atlanta, in accommodate people then they wait for him, now Washington. So he called me. He said, "La go right for say Indiana Washington." Now I say, "What's idea?" He said, "Indiana Atlanta, but they can't try for go." Now I say, "No, I know the right time." I said, "I know they do. You think say me now waiting? Not tool for use? No, me on PRO different. No, I said, I know the right time. When you reach now the place there, I go write and publish. Yes, the chairman is in Washington. If he go call me deputy. Let me deputy write. Well, me na somebody way stubborn. Me deputy instead of na somebody way don't understand. Now I say no, I know they do more. If the PRO you then na Atlanta, you want for let the PRO go write this. Then when the PRO not write, so you want for come up behind the PR for bypass the PROs. Me when at the deputy for make a go do I say no they do. Now the first clash will get me between me and him. The second one is the money. I asked them, hey, man, what's in the happen? When I get an account of this year, they're not able to get a clear account. Then while I can't defend, now I know they defend una. Because it was clear that we are not able to forgive an account of everything will happen. So I know they defend una. I know do it. So we fall apart. Well, not so down no more. The third corruption, the money where we all go now. Atlanta, we go do the inauguration, everything. We get that money, about 30-something thousand. We give them the money. You know what they then do? They take the money, then buy ticket for themselves for going to free tour. This thing come on, I do. I call you, I say, Nisa, me na you PRO. I want the truth. I want for make you tell me the truth, so that I know exactly what are they go talk in the public. You need to lie for me, say, na lie, what did they talk na lie? I say, you sure? I say, yes. I say, well, let me, before me go out there, because me integrity, na number one. I'm ready for sacrifice money, even power, for me integrity. Because integrity, when you lose them, you don't get again. You don't get again. Money, when you lose money, you get them back if you want. when you lose power, you get them back, but integrity. So I know they compromise with me integrity. I say me, they do me investigation. And then I get another deputy, when Umar Jallo. Then we'll get one of the APC, who they call himself the Musketeers. Sally Conte, M Banks. M Banks don't die. May his soul rest in peace. Okay. Now I say, okay, I go do me investigation. So I do me investigation. I find out, say yes, indeed. Then take this money, I did not consult nobody. Then buy ticket for themselves. Even one person where they buy tickets for, when Patrick Pierce, he said, no, me no, they take this ticket. I think Patrick Pierce no say, this not the right thing. So they not tell me. Now I say, if I find out, say, indeed, na lie they lie for me, I know they defend you. And I not defend them. Where I find out, say, na lie, I not defend. I tell them, I say, in fact, na me, they lead a protest for make we able to set up a committee, an investigative committee where they investigate to now. And me now one of the people them where pressure stay them form an investigative committee where find them guilty of embezzlement. In fact, the committee actually recommended for make them able for dismiss them from their position. But you know, say Freetown again now, the most corrupt headquarter, where then they end up. How many money we don't send that one day they're not sending any financial reports to we. One day they're not send financial report. Since when I joined the APC party, I don't want to see financial reports from Freetown. One day, even the time I've been there at the administration, one day. So where the committee comprises of the chapter president and the former chairman of the APC USA administration, they recommend say for make them dismiss them because na embezzlement. Then take money, then go bribe Freetown. So Freetown not agree for make them dismiss them. So now so things happen. Okay. If you stand with the truth, no worry, nothing or you are protected. God always they protect you. God always they protect the one way stand for the truth. I'm telling you, my brother, if the time reach, if God be not maximing a leader, if that time they reach, you they see the sign. I come out from a chieftaincy family. Now so then train we for be leaders. One of the things we then train with integrity. You can be a leader. You can be a leader, but if you not get integrity, you're not going to be able to succeed. So these are some of the things we are not even they get concerned saying, oh, because of which they do so sometimes. No. If you see I'm not able to succeed, my time not reach, or God not be magnificent me a leader. So the only thing we I want from protects my integrity. Leadership they come naturally. Nobody no expect Madabio for win in 2028. But when in time don't reach, you know what happen? God confuse we. We focus our attention to a 3-month-old baby. When I can't we left a 60-something-year-old. When at the SLPP, we entrenched in the politics of Sierra Leone. I come out, I tell them, say, now the wrong thing that they make so. Kanda Yimkela is just 3 months old where he formed that in whatever party. I don't know what's not the party name against her because he don't come out a long term. The APC, and especially Corona with all the people that way they do strategy. They say Kanda Yimkela now the biggest threat for the APC because we don't beat Madabio in 2012. So we believe so we will beat them back in 2018. Brahmi talked to nobody they listen. And worst of it, the man with them bring come, nobody knows Sabi them. Knows Sabi. the man not even Sabi talk in the first place. Una been listening to Samura in talk the way he talked during 2018 campaign. The man not Sabi talk. I tell them, say, no, let's focus to Madabio. There's some people in the threat. There's some people in the threat. In fact, what did they do? Where God want for confuse we. Where Madabio in time don't reach. God confused in enemies them. You know what we do? We begin sponsor Madabio against Kanda Yumka. Now we system. The APC, that they sponsor Madabio. So you see, if God be not making you a leader, all what they advise you, be sincere, be trustworthy. It's very difficult on a society where everybody thinks same. Insincerity, na the best way for achieve your goal. So it's very, very difficult. If you not get what we call iman, belief system, you're not able. Because they say society influence man as much as man influence society. But so far, for the past 15 years, are consistent. I never budge. I dey always do which I think are the right thing. Sometimes I can be I can get it wrong, but I'll learn from that for improve myself. So no worry. When the time ready, Solomon Moses, when I all the vote, when I all the clap, say yes, the man who they look for, he don't come by God's power. All right. So let me just do quickly the last few um comment. Peter Dowda say, why are Northerners so keen? Oh, I don't already done this. Rose say we need to continue to strengthen the relationship between all ECOWAS countries and not destroy our unity, which is the hope of a three military dictatorship. Rose, who saw you come out? First of all, who saw you did? Because it seems like you did talk like um a brainwashed Sierra Leonean African. You don't know, say ECOWAS is actually controlled by the West. You don't know that's right. ECOWAS is controlled by the West family. The West is family in control of ECOWAS and AU, especially now. So I don't know what they talk about. You need to make a research a little bit, my sister. If you still they continue with the same mentality way they don't teach we when we grow up, then you go left behind. ECOWAS is family controlled by the West. Now then they sponsor. Now the West now they control ECOWAS. If the West say to the ECOWAS fire this ECOWAS leader, then they fire them. You know what will happen with Ibrahim Traore and the Niger and Mali? You know why ECOWAS not even invade Niger? Because the West, France tell ECOWAS, say, let them invade Niger. And ECOWAS was ready to invade Niger. Now, only when other countries, African countries, and the people of the African people then say, no, if this happen, we all go fight for them countries there. Now, it make ECOWAS back off. So, you need for research, you need for really acquaint yourself with modern day politics. ECOWAS don't lose their integrity long because they are just tools. So I hope say you understand what I talk, right? All right, Peter Dowda say, I understand that in the past, people from the southeast were not encouraged to seek employment in the Marampa mines in the town of Lunsa. I don't think so. Now, like, one of the things where the people in the southeast, they're not in leg for calm na well, then get everything and diamond been the boom that the place there. So why they go, they focus on now down in Nayanda you able for dig diamond, you able to get and survive, you left they can't find work. No, I don't think say this history we talk so not true, not true at all. Because as we speak, people then they when southeasterners now Malampadi. Right? The thing is the southeasterners they mean get enough economic activities than the north. So the left who side economic activities there you come now a place where they not get good, because even at the time Namarampa or the government jobs where they make, sometimes they take 2-3 months, they know they pay you. So even though they say you now work they satisfy at all economically. So the people of the southeast they may get economic activity. So they refuse for left them for come now, then they come. Because those economic activities don't they die down. Not that area. They now when you dig diamond, it's very difficult to get diamond nowadays. Very, very difficult. Diamond don't do. Now then era than them. So now then they try to migrate back to the north for come find jobs. Okay. All right. Let's say Koita of the APC was hoping to be the new Ibrahim Traore of in November 26, 2023. That was what our gallant information minister was trying to explain indirectly. I come on. Koita then coup was already been detected long before they even enter the salon. Those guys are too stupid, too dumb. You they try for form a coup, the communication. Now WhatsApp they do the communication. You feel say you secure. And you know the communication no more outside of Sierra Leone. You they communicate with people they're waiting as alone. The government may not know about this school long, so they allow for make them come in. Now stupidity anyway. I don't know why that bubble go wasting life this way. He don't escape already. Them don't put on a jail. Then pull him. He left. He go to London. Why they come back? Nobody know. All right, Peter Dowda said, Dr. Mankota, is it true that the APC were vehemently opposed to the idea of one-party state system proposed by Albert Marai, but proceeded to force it down the throat of our people under Pasheki? This is a thought-provoking question, this. Yeah, according to history, that's what they're saying. In fact, the APC been there against. The SLPP was in favor of a one-party system through Magai. So, with the hope saying, Magai with the hope saying, then go able for succeeding at the election, then can't fail the election. So, then no one left. Then try for overthrow. Sheka get for run away. He go to Guinea, Guinea, from Guinea, come back. Where then come? Well, let's say, now this might be one, not also. Well, let's do it. But the funny part here is when you look at the history of the APC and the SLPP, this is not Alusan, this is not Lansan. Are two twins them. So we behavior all not the same thing. You understand what I'm trying to talk about? Now Lansan and Lusan, you know. All right. Peter Dowda say, and this eventually led to the rebel war in the country after many people were killed in Pujahu district. The rebel war is very complex. I don't think saying that because of the one-party states, because most of the people that were waiting at the like Pujahu, who say the former vice president were waiting killed. What's her name? Mina, Miss Jeff Mina. Not today, come on, not to Pujahu, come on. I don't know, but he went up to vice presidency, and most of the people there, na stunt APC people them. Yeah, during the one-party state, a lot of them they benefit from the APC. So I don't know if now the one-party state now you bring the rebel war, or I think say the condition of the country, the economic and political condition of the country, not necessarily the system itself, but the condition of the country, it actually contributed to the rebel war. You know, people, they know they treat people them fine. The country was so bad. So remember, if you listen to Charles Taylor, Ali Kaba, the one where they go and scout around the entire Sierra Leone today, he want to be president of Sierra He want to be president of Sierra Leone, but wait no more. The SLPP let them make mistake, then put Ali Kaba as the flag bearer. We go beat that one like Bubu. We'll get him package. Ali Kaba will get him package by God's power. We'll not put on the we'll not put Ali Kaba as a flag bearer. You know, during the 70s, remember during the 70s, they may not they train according to Charles Taylor, Ali Kaba and the other people that they may not they train before the one at Pujo. Okay. So I don't know if not the one at Pujo. Maybe not just a contributory factor. But I cannot tell you exactly what happened, my brother. So the rebel war, it gets so many components, so many factors. All right, Rooney B, will the system of our leaders assuming power with the objective to develop mainly resting on foreign investment coupled with exporting our raw resources ever materialize and meet the needs of our people? My brother, the only thing we I would tell you, the only way we Africa, Sierra Leone in particular, go able to benefit from the huge mineral resources we will get, we will try for nationalize some of the mineral resources, then they we will able to see a better outcome than the current system. The current system is exploitative. I not go like you down there. And unfortunately, every government we can just they can add on top of the exploitation. Yeah, the waiting see embassy. They say, oh yeah, if you meet somebody, don't sign a will and calling in for um, abide by that. So this they tell you same. You see the mentality of a politician, even the young one, they wait and they pantry. Well, if me a teacher, I get bad habits for teach. I they teach people then the bad thing. Well, if I teach you, now the what I teach you now you dey implement not also. Now I see like people they like same so because the old folks the way they teach them, they are bad politicians, and now they teach them bad things. They teach them for making them think the same way their old politicians and then they think. Okay, but in me, in favor of nationalizing some of not all, but some of the mineral resources, for example, like gold, bauxite, iron ore, rutile. The main one they win at the money they now that one then they are one for make we nationalize. Okay, we able for nationalize them. Okay, but unfortunately, they go tell you say we not get money. Somebody, some people that then go then go able for get $1 billion on the mineral industry. Then go give we 35 million, 40 million, or 50 million out of the $1 billion. Hey, brah, very, very sad. Very, very sad. So if we want nationalize them, things then them, we will get control over them. And now we if we're not able to nationalize some of them things then they, now we force the companies that let them process the minerals and then now we country. Because to be honest with you, look at the iron ore. Then they take not to the iron ore self, then they take oh. And the dirty now, and then they get that. That dirty they get so many other minerals the way they know tell we say the minerals then they because we not get nobody we go able for force them kind thing then they where then go was the same minerals, the iron ore, then go process them, then make iron, then bring the iron, then they sell the iron and they 10 times more expensive than what then they buy now. So you see, then they fry we young oil. But if we nationalize them, some of them thing and they will process them at the country. First of all, it will be cheaper than the country. People then go able for use them materials and they for develop the country. But everything they go outside, then waiting they come now expensive final products now they come now the country. It's just too bad. It's too it's too sad. We need a generational thinker like me. If me God Mark say I get for be president as alone by God's power with the education, because one of the things we are they do, are they make sure say the people they understand exactly what are they do. During me campaign, I will tell you now. I they tell them the truth. Well, that's not my flag. We then call down there. I will tell them the truth. Say I know we're able for help the country without everybody in participation, and I they try for create some um atmosphere where everybody will feel belonging, because this now will lack na salon. When a government kind of power, they just focus on young people where they support them. If the SLPP na the in power, now the SLPP na they focus, and because of that type of political division, you they enrage the other side. Say okay, they not care about we. Now they division them. But if you find a way where you were able to bridge that gap, let everybody feel belonging, then we all go able to work together. That's na so me young government they do. Because if I come into power, I'm not only the president of the APC or the president of whatever, I'm the president of Sierra Leone. And every Sierra Leonean should feel belonging. Okay? So now we pray God for people like we, so let God materialize what we try for talk about. Okay. Well, I have reached to the end of this program. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you guys all for being here. Mr. Gabo, thank you very much. I know saying now the one the way ready for come after you now, then reach you soon, then reach you phone. People like Oda. Let me see the posting. Let me see. For the Mansari. Now for the Mansari, now you reach you phone soon. For the Mansari and Lamin, thank you. Now which Mr. Oh, Meata Masakwa also, I think so. Meata? No. Somebody else. We really not like Mr. Gabu. So now they know which you phone soon. So make our next week they come. Oh, okay. A programming notes for tomorrow. As we all know, now I get 2 times the weekends, and they do Saturday, when are the politics, international geopolitics. Now they do. Sunday, it's all about religion. Because religion they play a very crucial role in our life as Africans. So this Sunday, tomorrow, they make the third Sundays where I don't what I call religion. And I want to a perspective too. There are a lot of Muslims where they not even understand the young book. They don't know. There are a lot of Christians that way, if you read a verse for them, it will tell you, no, you know, they're not the Bible. Because they're not getting time for read their own books. And this is the problem with Africa. Africa, man, they're so lazy, they know they read them. They want let somebody read for them. And that mentality, we also transfer to politics. We want for make always the other person and they do things for we. You know, the international community now they can't give you food, now they can't give you lights, now they don't do no. So it's religion and the political mentality it connect. That is why I decided to say, okay, let me just don't focus on the political side of things because these things are related. Even though people then they try for argue saying, oh, religion and politics are two different. No. They have relationship. But you need to understand the relationship. And that relationship that they do so, they educate you about your religion. And based on that, you will begin to see the link between who we are today, what we are today, and the effects of them two things here now in life as African. So tune in tomorrow, the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, when at 12 p.m. Pacific, now 7 p.m. Sierra Leone time. Tomorrow, likely, probably I will get a pastor where they come. One pastor, they will he want to can discuss with me about Islam and Christianity. I hope he come. Last week supposed to come, but it was too late because it been a drive, so I'm not able. But hopefully tomorrow they come. So we discuss that. This is a new program where I just started, and it's very interesting, right? Well, once again, I just want to tell you plenty. Thank you for these discussions. We'll go see you back tomorrow and next week, the same time, the same place here on the TPN. Tata.